Hello, 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 guys. And then, how you doing? How you doing? Okay, let me try to do something here. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, looks better now, right? Okay, so let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a meeting where everything was on the line? See, so everything was on the line. Line. Have you ever heard that expression? To be on the line. Say, all right. So you're watching the news, and then, okay, you hear someone saying there's so much on the line. So we gotta be cautious. We gotta be careful. All right. So just take, okay, what that guy said with a grain of salt, right? Okay. So because there's so much on the line. Okay. So, but anyways, you are in a meeting and then you say nothing. All right. Because you just freeze. All right. So you knew it really, it was really important. It really mattered, but you felt the pressure and you didn't know what to say, you didn't know, okay, what to do, you just froze. Your mind completely went blank. All right, so that moment, that's exactly where English, okay, shows up, except in real life, show up when something like, when you say that something shows up, means like appear, comes up, all right? And today, I will show you one expression that really uh, it's going to be really important to you. All right. So when there is so much on the line, we're in the meeting, and what do you have to say? Okay. So stay with me. Stick with me to the end. Okay. This one is. Do you know this one? Stick with me to the end. So stay with me. So when someone says we have a lot on the line here. Okay. So we have a lot on the line here, guys. So they're not talking about a real line. Okay. They're saying this is risky. This is okay. This really matters, and we can't mess up. We can't mess this up. Yeah. Let me share. Okay. Let me just share the screen with you here. Just a second, please. Hold on a second, please. I'll share the screen with you, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. See, I'm gonna show you. All right. So I was telling you, all right, that there was so much on the line, and you didn't know what to say. Okay, so there's so much on the line. Show up, and I can't mess up. All right. So what is mess up here? So in this class here, so we're gonna learn some phrasal verbs. So when you say that, someone, I don't want to mess up this time. I don't want to mess that up. Means when you say mess up means make a mistake, do something wrong. So if I mess up, I'm gonna do something correctly, okay? Because there's a problem. So there was so much on the line. So there was so much on the line, okay? But unfortunately, I messed up the report. I'm sorry, okay? I was having that talk with the client, so there was so much on the line. Remember that? So there was so much on the line, okay? So uh, it was risky. It was important, okay? Lots of things. So that negotiation really mattered and I couldn't mess that up. But unfortunately, I messed up, so I made a mistake. Okay, I made that mistake, and everything kind of went down the drain. So go down the drain. That's another expression. So stick with me. We're gonna learn this one as well. So mess up, you already know, is to make mistakes to ruin something. All right. So it's to ruin something. Don't make that mistake. Okay, try not to mess up the whole project. All right. And go down the drain, right? So there is the drain here, right? Is be lost, all right? When something goes down the drain, you lose it. It's just money. It's just money down the drain. All right. So all the money and time and effort is wasted. All the money and effort, okay, and time went down the drain. All our work went down the drain. The project failed. There was so much on the line. We messed up. All right. And all the money went down the drain. Nice, huh? So try to get the context. The more you connect it to a context, okay, so the easier, the better, the more you're gonna remember it, okay, when you really need it. Okay, so go down the drain, you already know. So, but the point of the class is online, right? So now picture this. Let me have a sip of water here. I'm gonna pour myself some water, and I'm gonna have a sip of water. Mm. You're in a meeting, the client's on the call, their boss is listening, and the team start rushing. People just wanted to wrap it up, move on, get it done. See, people just want to wrap it up. So that's a very nice expression. Wrap up, wrap up. Okay. So people just want to wrap up. So when you say wrap up, means finish. Want to finish something. Yeah, but it's a very nice way. Okay. So you might want to remember this one. You might want to learn this one. So wrap up means complete something, to finish something. So you are in a meeting, conversation, or task. You just want to wrap up or finish something. Let's wrap up the meeting. We're almost done. We're almost there. We're maybe, I don't know, halfway through. Let's wrap this up. I gotta wrap up the report today. I gotta wrap up the report today. All right. Okay. So back to on the line. So the team starts rushing. People just want to wrap it up to finish the call and move on, get it done. But something, I don't know, sounds or looks okay wrong. Okay, so you are not pleased, all right, not happy with what is going on, right? So and then you stop for a moment, and then you start try to get your bearings. Ah, nice one. You try to get your bearings. It's a very nice expression. All right, you try to get your bearings. So you see, you try to get your bearings, see what you're gonna do, okay, where you're gonna go, okay, try to figure things out, try to understand where you are, understand, figure out the situation. So that's when you get your bearings, you take a moment, you pause for a while, you understand what's happening around you, and then you act. You don't want to rush into a decision, okay? Because there's so much on the line, all right? You don't want to mess up, all right? And that you don't want to that, for example, your effort and time, your money go down the drain, right? So just give me a second, please. I just need to get my bearings. I just arrived here, or maybe the situation's a little bit tricky, and then you say, okay, okay. So let me hold on a second, please. Let me just uh, think, okay, it through, get my bearings, and then I can give you an update. All right, okay. Great. Very cool. All right. Okay, so moving on. So I was saying, you decide to interrupt and say, you step in and then say, hold on, let's go over this again. Let's review this again because we have a lot on the line. You look at that and then you didn't use perfect English. You don't need to use perfect English. Just remember that. Try to communicate. Communication is what really matters. You don't need to give long explanation. Okay, just try, for example, to be specific. Cut the chase. Go straight to the point. Cut to the chase. That's another very nice expression. You just cut the chase. You go straight to the point. All right, so try to take control of it. You try to slow things down. No long explanation, and then you help people to think. All right, to start figuring things out because there's so much on the line. You see, so you are showing, for like your accountability, ownership. You know, you are showing that you are a responsible person. Okay. Here's another situation. You are about to send a report and everything looks fine, but you're not 100% sure. Instead of speeding things up or rushing, you just say, let me double check this. We have so much, we have too much on the line, so we'd better not rush it. Okay? See, that's real communication. You step in, you decide to step in. You know what step in means? No? Step in. So step like step in, like step, but you step in. You see, in means inside. So when you step in, basically means that you're gonna get involved. You get yourself involved. All right? So you get involved in that situation because you want to help. Maybe you want to stop something from happening. All right. So you get into that situation because something's going on and you need to take action immediately, right away, right on the spot sometimes. You didn't even have time, for example, to think. All right. So you have to solve things, handle things on the fly. When you do things on the fly, you mean on the spot, immediately, not in advance. All right. So on the fly, that's another expression. Do something quickly. See? All right. So you decided to get involved on the fly, to assume control without any planning. All right. So you didn't prepare for that. You just have to think and act at the same time. All right. Because you decided to step in. To step in, to get into a situation, take action to help or control. All right. So I decided to step in. The situation was really uncomfortable. All right. So awkward. It looked really awkward. So I decided to step in. All right. So you step in. All right. So because you wanted to help. All right. Because there was so much on the line. All right. That's real communication. No perfect, not perfect sentences, but clear intention. Right. So here's the problem. Most people when something is on the line, for example, when negotiations on the line, or when they have to communicate in a meeting, they panic, they back off, they decide not to step in, they back off, right? They try to figure out okay things in their head, right, and then they just stay quiet. So instead of just letting, for example, things come out and just all right, speak up, say what they want, all right, go straight to the point, try to get their point across, even though their English, for example, not perfect, they decided to stay quiet. So you lose a very interesting and good opportunity to practice your English. The more you put your English into practice, right, the faster your English is gonna advance. All right. In corporate world, for example, silence is risky. All right. Because when something is on the line, people expect you to step in. You have to step up in this case. You have to step in and also step up. It's a little bit different because when you say step up, it means extra effort. You go the extra mile, you know? You go the extra mile. So you step up, you take more responsibility, you take ownership of what you're doing. You do more than okay, what is needed. You step up. The situation, there's so much on the line. So I need everyone to step up. I need all hands on deck. Okay? Take control, act, help, take control because the situation requires to take responsibility. Okay? So I'm gonna need everyone to step up, all right, so that we can go ahead. The moment is critical, so the team is step up. All right. Okay. You see, there's a lot of expressions here. A lot of phrasal verbs here. Okay. So the next time you are in a situation like that, when this remember that, bear that to your mind, stick that to your mind. Like silence is risky. There's so much on the line, and then people expect you to step up and do something, act, get involved, take action. All right, handle things, solve things. All right, don't just, for example, go along with everything. All right, so follow everything as if, for example, you're not interested. Okay, to help. All right, just say, okay, so guys, let's let's stop for a while. Let's think. Let's try to get our bearings and see where we are. Take a closer look and just let's just make sure we get this right because there is so much on the right. I'm sorry, there's so much on the line, right? Okay, so but you have to practice. Practice. Doesn't don't think about grammar rules. Okay, oh, do, does, and did. Just try to communicate. All right, because in the end, by the end of the day, what really matters is there's so much on the line. I have to get things done. I have to solve this situation. All right, so I have to take ownership. Okay, count. I have to show accountability. It's important if I want to be successful. All right, I'm not allowed. I'm not supposed to back off. I really have to step in and do things. I really have to step up. All right. Even if someone is not around, you have to go and pick up the slack. Wow, not the expression. Pick up the slack. Okay, so we're about to wrap this one up. So let me just explain this one here. Pick up the slack. So I probably probably you have already understood what pick up the slack is. So someone is not around, someone missed work, they didn't come. Then I have to go and pick up the slack. I have to go and do their part. I have to go and do someone else's okay work. All right. I have to go and pick up the slack. All right. Go. So cover for someone. So I'm gonna cover for someone. I'm gonna fix a gap. All right. Fazer a parte deles. Okay. I had to pick up the slack when my colleague called in sick. All right. Or he left earlier for any given reason. Everyone had to pick up the slack. All right. So I guess we're almost done. All right. Yes, it's 7 to 5. Yeah, I have a class at 5. Well, I managed, okay, to get to the end. I made it, really made it. Okay. I'm glad. I'm glad you made it. Great. Okay, guys. So that's it for today. All right. So if you like the class, if you learned something, if the class helped you to improve your English, all right, to boost your vocabulary, okay, just leave your comment down below and subscribe to the channel. That's going to help us a lot. All right. Okay. I really appreciate. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you next time. Bye. Take care. Take it easy. Have a great one.